Freedom Dad here at Kilcooley Bonfire, and this is what we call topping the bonfire. I'm just going to let you have a wee look at what's going on. So yeah, as you can see, guys, the men are strapped in. They're all strapped in. Safety harnesses on, and they're building. So we're sitting with over 200 at the minute. Not too sure exactly what Craigie Hill is. Maybe 265. So it will be a close race, I imagine. But we just don't know. So we don't know if we'll get finished tonight or it'll go on to tomorrow. But I want you just to take in the atmosphere. So the pallets are going onto the lift. Once that once that's full to the safety amount, it will be lifted as far as it can go. And there you will see the first Protestant standing on a pallet, ready to take a pallet and pass it to his next Protestant. And this is what this is about. This is about 1690 and the fight between King James and King Billy. And when King Billy was coming to save us, we lit beacons to guide him in. So on every 11th of July, we built bonfires to represent the beacons that guided King Billy in to save us. And as you know, in the village today, guys, we've had problems yesterday where they were threatening to bring one of our bonfires down because of, I don't know, lines and a building too close. Like I said earlier, we've been building bonfires a long time and we've had hospitals a long time. And if our hospitals can't cope with a bonfire, then there's something wrong with our hospitals. But at the end of the day, this was Sinn Féin causing problems for the Protestant loyalist community, as always, at this time of the year. They knew that bonfire was being built long time before yesterday. That bonfire was being built for the last 2 months and nothing was said until they were nearly topping it. And then when they were about to top it, they then made they made a complaint, and it is what it is. It's been rectified, it's been sorted out, and the village bonfire will be going ahead. And thank you to everybody involved, especially Jamie Bryson. Cannot give the man a shout out. The amount of work he's doing behind the scenes and helping our community is second to none. So thank you, Jamie, from my community. And so that brings us to Kilcooley. And so Kilcooley Bonfire, they got the biggest bonfire. I think it was 2 years ago. Craigie Hill won it last year. So I'm not saying it's a competition. I mean, we don't do that anymore, really. But yeah, I suppose guys in each area like to have the biggest bonfire, and who knows? Who knows? So we're going to be here tonight for as long as I can talk, as long as I need to talk. So please forgive me if I'm not going on and on and on. You're here to watch the topping of Kilcooley Bonfire. Now, like I say, it may not be topped tonight. The boys will be back in the morning, and I will be back in the morning. So you will see it being topped. You just need to get to bed early and get up. You know what I mean? Because these boys will be up early. Because tomorrow is the 11th of July. The day before the 12th of July, and this is the point I want to make. King Billy landed here, on the 11th of July, and then won the Battle of the Boyne the next day. The guys didn't even get a break. They just travelled across there, straight off the boat, and there you go. But another point I want to make to any of my Irish followers and other Catholics in Northern Ireland, King Billy was funded by the Pope, because of what was going on with King James and King Louis. Now, there's cleverer people than me, than can go into this and explain it to you. But this is facts. You know what I mean? Not misinformation and all that, and it's not far right and racist. But no, the Pope rejoiced when King Billy won. Because I think King James was being a wee bit fly, and King Louis was wanting to take over the Vatican, and you know what I like about the Vatican. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a strange situation to be in. But like I say, as we get older, we learn more. We are able to research more, and the most important thing is we have knowledge. We're able to use the internet. We've got a knowledge explosion where we can use our own heads, research things, and find things out for ourselves. And boy, what we're finding out right now. Honestly, like, say no more about it. I'm not getting political tonight. This is the bonfires, guys. This is for all you guys like me who are so excited that we're here tonight watching this. You know what I mean? And yeah, I am going to have a beer. Definitely having a beer tonight. And I don't know about the promotion, but if you see it, I'll maybe have to cover up the name. But I don't know. I'm not monetized, so who cares? So that's the pallets going up one by one to the top. And then once they're up there, they will be nail gunned in. Nail every single pallet is nail gunned to the next pallet. You know, every single pallet. The blue pallets are the strongest pallets. That's why they're at the bottom. So I have been around a few bonfires and I have noticed that they're putting the blue pallets in the middle of the bonfire. That's good enough. Just don't put them at the top. But yeah, that's the method of the blue pallets at the bottom. They're the strongest pallets you can get, and they take most of the weight. If you just look at this as well, well organised. Cameraman, you actually. Behind the scenes guy.
Evening, James.
Chill out a little bit and watch this go and get a kill. Thought I'd see you live and direct, people. Finish this then. People, what it's like around here. I can't remember exactly where it was, but there is a bonfire with a nice boat on it, with about 6 dubbies sitting in it. The illegal migrants. Yeah, let me get hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe.
Here he's back.
Alright, people, I'll do another video later, but I'm going to end this live stream now. So, over and out. People, stay safe. Stop their phones.
Oh yeah, no, well, definitely. Oh man, I've got the music playing in my head already.
Aye, seen yourself. See you later.
Right, you off, mate, yeah?
Yeah,
right,
mate,
look
you're
after
right.
yourself,
Just
safe,
go
mate. Yeah, yeah.
have some drone footage of the partner.
Right. Happy days, mate. Happy days. Yeah, yeah. Ever occur? Safe it, but that's a good song. Yes, mate. Yeah.
Do you want to say a few words?
Hold on, I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish, mate.
Come
I'm
on.
camera shy. Like,
Right,
so.
I'm just let me just ask you a few questions.
Go ahead.
Right, so who are you?
CJ Audits here, auditing Northern Ireland. What about these?
Yeah. So what do you think?
Oh, I'm thinking it's big now. It's big, mate. Yeah. Fair play to guys for working hard on it. Like, fair play to any guys here in Northern Ireland building bonfires.
Yeah.
It's their religion. It's their culture. You know what I mean? It's the way they were brought up. Yeah, fair play to these guys here and banger.
So let me ask you, what bonfire are you going there more?
Oh, mate, I'm a Larn man. I have to go to Larn, mate. I have to go to Larn, mate. You know, it's tradition, mate. It's tradition.
Fair enough. We'll have that off.
See, I've covered the building, a wee bit of the building coming up.
Yeah.
So I have from June. So I'm a Larn man, mate. I have to go back there, like, you know what I mean, hometown and all that, you know, mate.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Listen, thanks for coming through, and you've just captured me some great drone footage that I will be using, and I will giving you full credit. And like I say, hopefully I'll be on here with these guys, maybe getting a wee interview. Told them anybody can interview me, any other YouTubers are out there can interview me, interview Freedom Dad, straight, frank, honest, whatever. You know what I mean? No problems at all. And thanks for coming down. Who are you? Oh man! Oh dearie me. So
here, once again, I have to do my hometown. You know what I mean? I have to go to Larn. I have to go to Creaky Hill, man. So they stream it out. You know, so you know the crack, man. But fair play to yous here and banger. Fair play to yous all, man. Everybody here. It's even lifted. It's even lifted a pallet. You know, man. Respect these all. Respect the end guys up there too, man, because that's dangerous, you know.
And the other bonfires, well, that's amazing. Like they've done that's handballed, you know what I mean? These guys had cranes and all that, you know what I mean? Them guys handballed it, you know what I mean?
There's four bonfires in this estate, Kilcooley, yeah.
Yeah, more or less. Well, there's three. I'd say three.
Fair play to these boys, aye, fair play to these.
They are the second biggest housing estate in Northern Ireland.
Right, well, no worries, man. Fair play to these.
That's cool. That's cool.
The biggest in Europe. Well, Rathcoole used to be the biggest in Europe. So then I don't know if it still is, you know, man. But yeah, man, here.
Well, no, let me tell you, like, if somebody was writing a book about this place, honestly, like, it would be a bestseller. If you were to make a film about Kilcooley Estate, right, over the troubles, I swear to God, it would be a bestseller. It would be a blockbuster. There you go. But it's got a lot of history. There's been a lot of stuff going on in Kilcooley. It's really famous, and it's, to me personally, it stands out from the rest. Like,
well, it's the same thing here. Like, I'm from Larn. We can write a few stories about Larn, Anthonyville, Creaky Hill, Boyne Square.
Yeah, well, Shank will be saying that. East Belfast will be saying that.
But we're going to say it where we're from, of course.
Yeah, no, no, man. You know what I mean? It's like you don't know until you lived it, isn't that right?
Well, that's right, mate. I'm 100% there. Like, people are great, as you know. Anyway, like, used to get bad press, all these wee towns back in the day, you know. But everybody's moving on.
Yeah.
In the morning night here, look, I have people from Dublin coming up to Larn here, YouTubers, I've actually a YouTuber, the Gwent Auditor, who's over at the minute. He's going to be covering Larne, Craigie Hill, folks.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, this is where I brought my own YouTubers from Scotland and England.
Well, here, the more the merrier, the more it gets out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? People's culture, we celebrate every year. You know what I mean, man? People get flax. I put a video up the other day about a bonfire in Larne, and the stupid comments like are just, you know what I mean? Brain dead people.
Yes, it could be worse. You could be in the Sunday world.
Well, I was in the Sunday. The Sunday World actually. I was in the Sunday World here. About Chief Constable trying to slap an Asbo on me.
Yep.
Now, folks, I'm 50-year-old. I'm not antisocial. I have a.
He's still a big guy. Don't listen to him. He's a big guy. I mean.
John Boucher trying to slap an Asbo on me, antisocial behaviour order, like, and they stuck it all in the Sunday World, like. But the thing was, the Sunday World done me a favour because I pulled in a lot of subscribers from it. So Sunday World, yeehaw!
Yeah, yeehaw!
You lying?
Oh no, well, we're there now. We're nearly there. What do you think? What do you think about Northern? Is Northern Ireland awake yet?
I think it's getting there, man.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fully awoke. The rise are
Have you experienced England?
Pardon?
Have you been over to England to see what it's like over there?
I've been over in England. Yes, I've been over in England doing a lot of YouTubing over there.
So tell everybody in Northern Ireland what England's like right now.
England's actually dead on. Like, so it's a different world over there.
Yeah.
Different world, man.
So what part of England were you in?
I was in Bristol. I was in Wales. I was in Leeds, Liverpool.
Yeah.
I've audited the police. That's
Yeah.
what I mainly
Yeah.
audit the police. They show people their rights, and yeah, police
What
over
about London? Are you in London?
I was in London covering Paddy Stein. Paddy Stein.
So what did you think of London? That's the capital city of Great Britain, isn't it? You know what I mean? Capital city of England. But, you know, everything comes from London. Everything comes from Westminster. Everything comes from the Lords. So what did you think of England or London?
London, big place now, different way of life. People hustle and bustle. People wouldn't give you the
What was
time.
the demographic? Let's get to the point. What was the demographic of London?
Jesus Christ, man.
When you were, did you walk about London?
I walked about
If you
London.
didn't walk, be frank and honest.
I walked about London, so I did, yeah. I found the people, to be honest with you, to be ignorant, man. To be ignorant.
You're being very careful, aren't you? Okay, no, fair enough.
I'm live, you know, I have to.
Yeah. You know, you're okay. You're live on my channel, you know, not your channel, you know what I mean? So, yeah, no, but, you know, this is where we're at, you know what I mean? I totally get that, you know what I mean? We tread very carefully. But I think the time for treading very carefully is over. You know, when I say to people about getting interviewed and all that, I'll go on the camera. I am having a drink, guys, and I know you're not used. I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it, guys. You know what I mean? But you know, we shouldn't be treading very carefully anymore. You know what I mean? It's time to stop treading very carefully. It's time to not care about being called far right or racist or whatever else, because we know we're not. We know, yes, we are right wing, but we're not out there. We're not bad people. Here we are in Kilcooley. They're not even burning the tricolour, you know what I mean? So, you know, we are inclusive, and it's no like everybody out and refugees aren't welcome. Of course they're welcome. Of course they've got to be the right ones, you know what I mean? We've been through a lot. Northern Ireland's been through a lot. This estate has been through a lot. I'm telling you, people could tell you stories about this place and about like it's bad. You know, we've a lot of people in this place in Kilcooley have suffered, like every part of Northern Ireland, like every part of Belfast. You know what I mean? East, west, north or south. You know, everybody suffers. I know a lot of people I'm here saying that a lot of people are suffering with PTSD because of the troubles. You know what I mean? And you know, a lot comes from that. But I'm not going to go into that tonight. We're here because it's the 10th of July and tomorrow is the 11th, and that bad boy is going to get lit. You know. But before it gets lit, we need to find out how high they're going to go. And that's why we're here. And she's growing as I'm talking. She's growing as I'm talking. Okay, mate. No problem.
Please be there on that camera.
Yeah, no sweat, man.
Respect for what you do, Jamie.
Cheers.
Respect for what you do.
Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. Cheers, boys. Oh, yeah. Right. I'll get it again. I'll get it again. Right. Send me a link with it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck's sake, man. It's so simple, man, when you know how. Right.
Keep in touch, man.
Right.
Keep in
Any
touch.
problems, I'll come up and see, and you can help me out, right?
Keep in touch with
I
you.
will.
Great
Yeah,
fellow,
definitely.
mate. Brilliant on your channel, mate. First video, mate.
Thank you,
You're
mate.
one of
Thank
my
you.
man.
Thank you so
But
much.
always tell the truth. We're going to crack.
Yeah, mate.
Listen,
Listen. Honesty's the best policy, and whether it kills you, whether it puts you in jail, that's where we're going, mate. We're staying straight, honest, and telling people what's happening, the facts of what's coming, because we've got the evidence of what's happening in England and Ireland. And you'd be blind or stupid not to see that. So a judge that puts me in jail for telling you what's going on would be blind and stupid, and everybody would then see that, and then everybody would then worry, why were they putting Freedom Dad in jail when he's only telling the truth? You know what I mean, mate?
respect to you again.
Cheers, cheers,
All the
boys.
best, mate.
Thank you so much. Thank
Good
you.
luck with it anyway. Be
Right,
safe.
thank you.
All the
Cheers,
best,
boys.
mate. Here, one more thing, mate.
Yeah.
May the force be with you.
So yes, guys, it's there's a buzz in the air. You know what I mean? It's 10th of July. You know, and boys about tonight, all night. You know what I mean? I haven't got the battery power. I've got my battery pack, but we'll roll for as long as we can. But you know, every bonfire around Northern Ireland, men and women will be sitting out, having a drink, having a good night, because this is a night that we're going to make sure nobody burns our bonfires. You know what I mean? And yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? This is what we do. This is our life. And you know, I'm going to say this: nobody's taking this from us. You know, and this isn't about the Irish or the Catholics or Republicans or whatever you want to call them. This is about our culture, our traditions, and nobody is taking it. Nobody in the world is taking this away from us. And you know, with that, we also respect other traditions and cultures. You know, that are from Northern Ireland. You know what I mean? We've got too much going on right now. You know, we've been in conflict. We've got the IRA, INLA, IPLO. You know, I could go on. And then you got the UVF, UDA, the Red Hand Commandos, the LVF, the PAF, UFF. You know, we've had a lot going on in the last 40, 50 years. Okay. And we're sort of still recovering from that. You know, I'm not going to go into it too much, but the ceasefires were called. But, you know, like me, I had a problem with the ceasefires. You know, a lot of people say that's why I ended up in Scotland, because I was getting into too much trouble after the ceasefire was called. I don't know. You know what I mean? A lot of people say a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like the papers, and half of them are never true, and some of them are half true. So yeah, it is what it is. So this is our traditions. This is what we know, what we grew up with, and the Catholics have had their thing, the Protestants have had their thing, and we just rule every year. Every year we just rule on doing our thing. You know what I mean? And we're in a situation where we're doing our thing, and there's no much problems, no much problems. But now, thrown into the mix of that, where we're trying to recover from, they're throwing in mass immigration. My area where I grew up in South Belfast, and you know, this, I'm only telling you what I know. You know what I mean? This is where I was born and bred, the village, and you know, I'm going to tell you what other people are saying. They're not happy. They're really not happy with what's going on and what's happening, you know. And I've got to be careful what I say, because I don't want to be hateful. But to us, right, man, thanks. So to us, you know, it is what it is, guys. You know, it's difficult for people in Northern Ireland who have been brought up Christians, Protestants, Catholics, you know, Methodist, Presbyterian, Church of Scotland, Church of England, whatever, you know. And then all of a sudden, have people coming into the country who are different, you know, because we've been living in a area in areas in Belfast alone. Let's just say Belfast. We've been living in Belfast where we've been divided, Catholics and Protestants, you know, and like I say, it's difficult because we're already like that. You understand? So we're used to division. We're used to saying we're Protestants, you're Catholics. That's what we're used to. Okay, that's what we've been born and bred with. But now we've got Islam, you know, and Islam's coming in, and you know, it wouldn't be that bad if our government wasn't behaving the way it was behaving, by being so terrified. When you listen to Nigel Farage, it's scary, guys. It's scary. The things that he's saying worries me for my daughter. You know, he's the next leader of your country, and he's sitting there getting on like he's terrified of Islam. Nuts, absolutely nuts. You've got the king behaving the way he's behaving. I mean, so that's what scares us. We're looking at our king bringing Islam The religion of peace. The religion of peace. That's what they tell us. That's what they tell us. Not me. That's what they're trying to tell us. You know, I don't know any other religion has committed as many terrorist attacks in 1 year. You know, I think like let's be. I know like, we shouldn't be number one contenders for the religion of peace because of the troubles and Catholics and Protestants fighting. But as Christians in a whole, if we forget about the Templars and the Crusaders, I'm taking a hole. I'm taking a hole. But no, you know, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's a bit much right now. It's a bit much. It's scary. We worry. You know, we're like, why are you bringing out laws of Islamophobia? What's that about? You can't criticize Islam. It's an ideology. That's like saying you can't criticize Scientology. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. So we will get an update. So we will. I don't know if we'll get an update. You know what I mean? They may keep it. They may keep it a secret. I'm quite sure somebody will be screenshotting it, zooming in, counting every pallet. If you've got a figure of how many pallets is on this bonfire, tell me in the comments. And remember, it's sunk into the ground. That's the secret. And I'm just going to say this, okay? Because let's say we're all about equality and all the rest, and diversity is all that good and all that. You know what I mean? And on that note, you know what I mean, with Protestants and Catholics, I was a Catholic, and dug that score out. It was a Catholic that dug the score out for the bonfire. Now, if anything happens with the bonfire, don't blame the Catholic. If it topples, they all topple. That's the way it goes. So, tomorrow night, uh, it's gonna be big, guys. You know what I mean? I've got to watch what I'm saying. Got to watch what I'm saying. But thanks for coming on. How many viewers have I got? 3 at 3. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. We are going to lose the light. I'll go for as long as I can. I'll go for as long as I can. We've got the battery packs ready, guys. You know what I mean? So I hope you're all good. Thank you so much. You know how much love I have for you guys. You know what I mean? Um, I'm trying to, give you that love back. You know what I mean? Showing you, what this means to me. You know what I mean? How excited I've been. And I'll tell you what happened. Right? This is why you haven't seen much of this bonfire. This is how bad it's got for me. You know what I mean? So, when it was away down to the second tier, I was doing a video over there. You know what I mean? I think maybe second or third tier it was. And so I done the video, and then it was out on YouTube. It was on TikTok. People were sharing it, and it was getting about it was Kilcooley, and I started worrying that any of my footage would encourage anybody to come into the area and burn our fire, So call it paranoia. I don't care. Paranoia keeps you alive in Northern Ireland, you know what I mean? So yeah, use my nuts. So I stopped putting it out. And I asked the boys, please don't be calling out our fires. Don't name the fires. You don't need to tell everybody where the fucking fires are. You know what I mean? But yeah, there was eventually sites doing it, putting out, just YouTubers, Facebookers, and it is worrying. This time, this was how much it means to us. That's honest to God, guys. So yeah, um, we're here. Nobody's burning that anyway. We're here. We're all here. We're gonna be here. Most guys are gonna be here all night, and yeah, wow, fair play to these guys. You know what I mean? Fair play to them. So much respect and love for these guys, younger guys. I'm 4 years away from 60. These are young men. You know what I mean? I'm glad I'm 4 years away from 60 because I'd probably be up there. You know what I mean? But my Freedom Dad saying no, don't go up there, Freedom Dad. Sparky is saying, okay, you should be helping them boys. Like honestly, keeps pushing. Like you should be helping. You should be helping that boy for helping this boy. Because I don't want to pick sides. You know what I mean? I can't pick sides. That's all I'm going to say about that. But you know, I didn't want you to miss this. You know what I mean? Didn't want you to miss this. So can you see the comments? Do you want to see anything coming up that I need to address, or anybody asking any questions? Anybody asking any questions? You know, if anybody's asking where is it, I can repeat that. Somebody's jumped on from. Oh, happy days, happy days. So thank you guys. Hit the like button, hit the share button. You know, this is live at one of our bonfires. You know, it doesn't happen very often, if at all. You know what I mean? You okay?
And I'm just going to jump in. To
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that
yeah.
This freedom.
Yeah,
Day
yeah.
is
Let me
an
put this down.
absolute
Hold on, hold on.
pleasure. Coming in to say
No,
you're a
no,
legend.
no. I'm going to interview. You got.
here
Oh,
we
you know the
go,
score.
here
You
we
know the
go.
score, right? So when we do our demos and somebody shouts at us or gives us the fingers, that's us. The door open for us to go. What's your problem? You know what I mean? So he knows
Go
the
on
score.
then,
He
go
knows
on
the
then, here
score.
we go.
So where are you from, Chris?
From Leicester, mate.
So how is Leicester?
Leicester has completely changed over the years. It's just getting completely, really bad with the immigration.
Yeah.
They're coming over in massive, massive
So,
numbers.
so tell me a wee bit about Leicester. Tell my am I in a good frame there, guys? Everybody, yep. Tell me a wee bit about Leicester. What's the crack with Leicester? Some people don't know anything about. Let me tell you. There's Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Right? They know the names because maybe I throw them out. Leicester, Oldham, Rotherham, Rochdale, blah 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 blah. Right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're from Leicester. So tell me what happened with Leicester. When did it start, and how long has it been going on for? And what has it meant? What's it meant to you? You know what I'm saying. You're
Yeah,
from there.
yeah.
It's like me being from Bangor,
Yeah.
Belfast, East,
Yeah.
and something going on, and me saying this is how I was brought up, and this is where we are today.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Leicester born and bred. Grew up in Leicester. I've seen Leicester completely change over the last few years. It's just got completely really, really bad with the immigration. There's constant gangs in town on a nightly basis, hanging around on the corners. The drugs are getting really, really bad in the city centre. It isn't a safe place anymore. It used to be a safe place. Every 100 people I used to walk by, I used to probably know about 20, 30 of them. And it's completely changed. And it's really, really sad. It's like a third World War country now out there. It ain't just Leicester; it's everywhere. Do you know what I mean? But Leicester's definitely changed, mate.
So,
Changed for the worse,
yeah,
not for
yeah,
the
yeah,
better.
yeah. You know, we can see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what happened with Leicester? I hear Leicester was the brainchild or the baby of the Conservatives and Labour, and they said, "Look at Leicester, diversity's working." What do you got to say about that?
Diversity ain't working.
Yeah.
It isn't working, mate. You've
What
got
happened a couple of years ago with the cricket?
about the cricket. Oh, that was India and Pakistan.
Tell my followers, anybody in Northern Ireland watching right now, what happened in Leicester?
I don't know much about the fallout over the cricket and stuff like that, but I know there was a massive uproars. There was
There was massive riots, street violence,
massive street violence in
Yeah.
Leicester over that, over the cricket, basically.
So
India and
basically,
Pakistan.
that's just the cricket, right? Now, I'm not fucking picking on anything. I'm telling you the facts, right? So we have Pakistani men and Indian men. There's a cricket match. Diversity's working. Leicester's like their baby. They show Leicester off to everybody. And then the next thing, there's about 2 or 3 nights of ratting. Whether there's 2 or 3 nights of ratting or 1 night of ratting, that's not diversity working. That's our police officers being injured, our places being burned, our areas being destroyed. And when I say our, I'm talking as a British man. You understand? England, Scotland, Wales, doesn't make a difference. Northern Ireland, we're all same. We're British, right? That's what we know.
Absolutely.
That's what we know. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, what else is going on? Is how many? Do you know how many mosques? Is there a lot when you go out in the city centre? What's the demographic in the city centre when you want to take your children or you're going to go out and do whatever you're doing? You coming back?
Put it this way: the English people, the white, the British people. There's not many of us around. There's not many of us around. The multicultural aspects of it. There's more of the, without saying the wrong word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, there's
So-
more of the other type than what there is of us.
Yeah,
You
so
know what I mean, it's completely changed. over the years.
So right, okay. Right, let's rewind. So, do you feel you live in an English or British city?
No,
Why is that? Just be honest.
I just don't feel like it's Britain anymore. Don't feel like it's England anymore. I really don't. I
And
really
can you
don't.
say
It's
that?
sad.
How many cities do you think are in England that people are feeling like us right now?
A lot of them, a hell of a lot of them. The country's being overrun by immigration, the illegal immigration. We ain't bothered about immigration in general. Immigrants are welcome here, but it's the illegal immigration, the ones that are coming over unvetted, putting up in our hotels, giving mobile phones, giving healthcare. Now we can get an appointment at the hospital or dentist.
Hotels,
Do you know what I
flats,
mean? Flats, everything.
delivery.
Deliveroo,
Everything.
Uber.
Well,
Doing
our
the,
soldiers
doing
are
the
living,
food.
our ex-veterans are living on the streets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They need to be put first. The veterans need to be put first. The homeless need to be put first in their own country.
So how long do you think before you'll start thinking about leaving Leicester?
I'm ready to leave it, mate. I'm ready to leave it. There's no keeping me in Leicester anymore.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah,
We don't feel safe. We don't feel wanted. Do you know what I mean? We feel like we're foreigners in our own city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
this is England Till I Die. England Till I Die, YouTube. Go on right now. Just quickly type it in. I'll be here. I'll still be here. England Till I Die. Bang. Subscribe. Bang. Bell. And you'll never miss. He's there. He's working. He's a citizen journalist. Please believe me. He's got twice the amount of followers that I have. So jump on. Get on there. If I lose you because you're going to him, that's okay. You can pop back in a few months or whatever and say hello. Not a problem. Please. He's the one in England. He's the one doing the stuff. He's the one that will bring you the information, just like me. But he'll be right there. He'll be right there. And the whole point of this is, guys, we need to understand what's going on in England from the horse's mouth. There's no point me banging on about this, that, and the other, and giving you all these stats. I hope there's people on right now leaving comments saying, "Yeah, it's Freedom Dad, you're bang on. I'm from here. I'm from Rochdale. I'm from Oldham. I'm from Luton." So do you experience much of Islam, Muslims with like mosques and stuff like that? Does that
There's loads of them, mate. There's loads of mosques. Muslims are taking over. They're taking over in Leicester. I'll be blunt straight with
Is there good Muslims?
There is good Muslims.
So
Absolutely.
what's going on? Why don't we see the good
It's
Muslims?
Islam. It's Islam. It seems to be taking over. We need to be. I tell you what, we need to be seeing more good Muslims out on the streets defending us as well by saying it's wrong. It's wrong what they do. The wrong Muslims are doing kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Taking Islam the wrong way or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
So I just want to say right now. So listen, thank you so much for popping in. Thank you,
Cheers,
mate.
pal. Thank you very
So I just want to say right now, I'm Freedom Dad, right? A citizen journalist, right? I'm born and bred in Northern Ireland, right? South Belfast, born and bred, Kilburn Street, brought up in East Belfast. And, I'm not here creating division or hatred, okay? I'm not here representing anybody, just me and my daughter. Always remember that, So I'm here at Kilcooley Bonfire talking to you like this, but I could be anywhere in the world talking to you like this. You never look at where I am, you look at who I am. That's important, okay? I do not represent anybody and I do not speak for anybody but myself. That's very important. So we're building, we're getting higher and higher. Craigie Hill, you must be getting nervous, guys, because I know you're in there watching. I know that, and I love you guys, I really do, you know what I mean? And I did want to come through, but I was so busy, as you know. And yeah, I'm doing my best for you, doing my best for your kids, your grandchildren, as well as everybody else's. And we need more. Come on, join me. Be a citizen journalist. I'm going to have a wee break. Okay, guys, just have a wee look. I'm not going anywhere far, right? Right, so take that out and let them just hear the background. Going straight on up, mate. What's up, mate?
Well, Mario.
What's happening, son?
See you.
But he said if you go subscribing to him and I'll start losing followers. Quality.
And then try and move it there. Must be what he told. Right.
You see the working on you? I know you just working over his wife, nothing's out.
Joe,
shots.
That's not right.
Is it? Got the what, sir?
Good thought.
Yes, mate. Yeah.
This is what they're doing, man. They're trying to.
Is it clouds? What are you up there? Or is it water?
What was that?
Clouds.
Bonfire people.
Over there is that water. Clouds. See at the top of the houses? That's just clouds, isn't it?
65 plates.
You tried the road and see what was kind of hard.
What's that?
You tried the road and see what was kind of hard.
Yeah.
Aye. Been about the news interviewing Chris? Aye. Is that it?
Oh, my data stopped. I can't until tomorrow morning. I have to get any more data on it.
Aye, that's fine. Because I was watching it when you were.
Yes, yeah.
That's good.
I'm going to say it in the fucking access one.
The what,
Oh,
sorry?
you can hear the sound. Sounds here. I was watching it.
Yeah.
That's 41 minutes already.
Yeah.
Live's just flying, don't they?
They do, mate. They do, yeah.
Turn around in the planet, you're like an hour and a half. What's that doing?
So if I'm a scaffold there, not page balls.
There's one.
I'm a scaffold there, not page balls.
Back, don't you?
Stiff as fuck. Need to fucking find out how to do something.
Try it a couple of times before you next go away. And I've got a full do it. It does take balls to get that.
So, they'll be here for a good couple of hours still doing this.
They are all strapped in up there, people, so don't worry about them. If they do fall, they'll not go far. They'll still getting tilted. You should get a dead slope bit and then watch it back in slow motion and feel it count. Wish I'd put my other glasses on there. Can I see that? You got to put the A-lines on, I know.
It's not plugged in.
Yeah?
It's not plugged in.
So I was talking to nobody. Huh. No,
And there you need to put it out fucking window there.
Leave it done, well.
happy.
Yes, mate.
Oh,
Good,
good,
good.
yeah. Okay.
I thought that was plugged in as like they're strapped
They can
on.
hear that. They can hear everything you're
That's
saying.
alright then, because it's like they're strapped on. I mean, they'll not fall.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm going to ask them what the sound's like, if they want it, what they make. Hey guys, sorry, I'm just catching up with folk. You know what I mean? I am live. You know, everybody knows who I am, etc., etc. So, yeah, all good. It's like I'm trying not to be too excited. I'm trying to be professional. Freedom does trying to be professional here, and it's really, really difficult. But yeah, there's another tier going. As you can see, it's tiers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on tier 7. Tier 7, guys. You know what I mean? How high will they go? This is what we need to know, eh? We need how high are they gonna go? Will they finish it tonight? I don't think so. You know, I will be back tomorrow. You see the pallet going up, guys. Getting passed up to the next man. Oh, this is just beautiful, guys. Honestly, like you know, I used to say, right, like this will be, because it's such they're getting so big now. You know, they're getting so big, and being here, every man and woman here will be feeling like I'm feeling. Proud, proud as punch. You know what I mean? And yeah, I used to say I used to joke with my wife. I know I lost my wife after 17 years at COVID and that, and it near destroyed me. But I came back, I bounced back, and yeah, we're doing good. But the thing is, I used to have a laugh with Sammy. We used to talk about what the most major thing, the best thing ever in your life. And like most women, they expect their men to say, "Get married." But mine was always being on the roof of the crumb and digging through the walls, and to be quite proud to be known as the only two-man cell that went through the floor as well, So yeah, I'm hoping to bring the other guy onto the platform, you know what I mean? So we can get a wee interview and a wee laugh, just a wee bit of crack about what that night was like. And yeah, and that comes from being institutionalized. That's from being in children's homes, into the Crumlin Road when I was 16, High Bank, and then 18 in England doing a 6 and going through that. Uh, you know, so being institutionalized, that's what institutionalizing is. It's being in an institute, whether it's a children's home, a boys' borstal, or a young offenders, or a prison. That's institutional, especially when you're young, So I would have been 11, 12 when I first got put into an institution, and I hadn't even committed a crime. That's the best about it, you know what I mean? I was probably the only one there was I hadn't committed a crime. But that's where I met all my best friends, you know what I mean? And so the thing is, guys, it's life. You know what I mean? This is the life of some people in this world. You know what I mean? This is the life of quite a lot of men in Northern Ireland. You know what I mean? And it is like institutionalism and being like bringing a jail down. You got to understand what that's like for a young man to bring a jail down, to shut the jail down forever. A jail like the Crumlin Road. You know, with all the other loyalist prisoners, obviously I wasn't on my own, you know what I mean? 180s were on the roof, you know what I mean? So, yeah, and some very famous guys, some not here and some still here. And it was an amazing time for me, as a young man. And that was because of the institutions I was in before. So, we were up on the roof and they told us, "Oh, you got to come down, you got to come down." We were throwing slates and all the rest of it. It was brilliant. The bands were out playing for us because it's a Crumlin Road. It's right there. The Crumlin Road's right there, and we were on the roof right there, you know what I mean? It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So we came down because they promised us things would change. We were pissing in piss pots, guys. People weren't getting to empty their piss pots. You know what I mean? People weren't even getting out to get fresh water. So that was what that was about. And they promised everything would be all right, and everything wasn't all right. So the order came in at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night when the screws and all the rest of it would be out having a drink. They start digging through the walls, and that's what we done. So yes, it's 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 a big thing in my life and something I'm very, very proud of. and that was always a wee joke with me and my wife about the best ever moment in my life or experience in my life. But you have to say, I have to say that the topping of this bonfire could quite possibly top, you know, that. So we'll see how the night goes. But this is what it means. This is what it's about. You don't see this side of human beings. You don't understand what it's like for some young men in working class areas that hasn't had the best start in life. And because they haven't had the best start in life, they become involved in things that they would normally become in. And like I keep saying to you, the men that built this bonfire and every man in this area and every man in Northern Ireland involved with loyalism or anything else Protestant that's been in prison would never be in prison if they were brought up anywhere else in the world. You know, we are good people brought up in a bad land, and I do believe contrived by the governments, the deep state, to divide us, to control us. You know, but that's another video for another day. So there's a lot of pallets, eh? There's a lot of pallets to go up there. Do you want the Craigie Hill? Do you want to have a wee count at them pallets? You want to get a wee quick sound? That's enough. Don't let them count too much. That's enough. Never mind. You know. What's Ravenhill at? Ravenhill's a big bonfire. I got to give a big shout out to Ravenhill. And yeah, wow, massive. You know what I mean? Give us a number, guys, if you can. If anybody knows, just get a number up there. These guys are going to have we look nice, so they are. Anybody that's around here watching my live, if you can get a number for Ravenhill, give me a shout out. Just come over and shout the number, and I'll throw it out. Look at that! Look at that! Zoom into that! Zoom into that! Zoom into that! Look at that! Wow! Sorry, guys. So, do you get that? 2:30. So, Ravenhill Road finished at 2:30. 2:30 layers of pallets. That's how we do it. And Craigie Hill are at 265. 265. 265. What is Kilcooley at? I hear you ask. Oh, I'm loving this. I am loving this. Look how beautiful that is, guys. Look how beautiful. Stuck at the light. Stuck at the light. You need to get you need to get the lights on soon. We need to get the lights on this soon. Oh, amazing, isn't it? Yeah, guys, you know, this is my first love. You know, there's no two ways about it. This is my first love. How you doing, all right, mate? What's happening?
We were just watching you there.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you.
On the TV there, we seen you.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Thanks for coming down. What do you think?
Brilliant, mate. I look forward to it.
You're not on camera. You're not on camera. What do you think, mate?
I think it's brilliant, like. I love it, like, coming up to this time of the year,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, all
So-
these
Have you
bright
been do-
kids,
so,
like.
when did you start getting involved with bonfires?
Well, I've been around here now, like, for 38 years.
Yeah. So, where are you from originally?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. So, how did you feel integrating into Northern Ireland society?
Brilliant. I loved it, like. I wouldn't change it, like,
Yeah.
you know.
And you're safe, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Is this one of the safest places in the world to live?
I would definitely say so, like around here anyway, round Bangor is really safe, like,
Yeah.
you know. But I love this wee town, like,
Yeah.
you know, and all the, like, the ceremonies like that we have round here. It's great to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know.
How much do you think it means to us guys? The Ulster men?
Everything, like, it means the world to people, like, even the ones what don't really celebrate it, like, they come and enjoy it. I mean, if you come round here, like, tomorrow night, this place is literally jam packed, and you can't get parked anywhere. And there's like thousands and thousands of people come from everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, to come and see it. Like, and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
No
Thank you for
worries,
having a
brother.
wee chat. Thank you for popping down and seeing me. I'm always blown away by people that actually go to their way to come and speak to me. So thank you so much,
I
mate.
watched you a few times, like, you know, down in Bangor, you know, doing the we praise down there, and I totally agree with what everybody's saying. Like, you know.
Yeah, well, I can't take any claim for Bangor. You know what I mean?
No.
Bangor is like, you know, the Bangor demo's been going on for 2 years. You know what I mean? You know, Bangor demo's been going on before I've been online. That's, you know, that's how important that is.
Yeah.
You know, and I have to give a shout out to Richard Inman as always.
Totally.
You know, because he's been down there hammering away and doing his thing, and in Northern Ireland, he's like you, an Englishman, and he's doing his thing and helping out. So, how do you feel about what you see in England right now?
Nuts, mate. I hate going back to England, like, I really do. I mean, I've got a son what lives in London and stuff, like, and I walk around there and you don't even hear an English accent. In fact, I went for, you know, the Chelsea Flair
Yes,
show,
yes.
and that was the only time I heard an English accent was whenever we got round there.
So, what's your message to Northern Ireland about mass immigration?
Don't take it, like, don't take it, and don't listen to the government. You know,
Do you think do you think your government represents you in England?
No, they definitely don't.
What's went wrong?
Everything. I think it's just their policies since Tony Blair. You know,
It's-
policies that, you know, they're trying to bring all this European stuff in, and like, you know, we don't want it, but they're trying to force it on us. You know, and it's not on, like, and things will kick off at some stage, and they can blame it on whatever they want. You know, at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, it lies on the government. You know, they're the ones who's brought all these problems on us and forcing us to do all these things.
Okay, one last question. Is King Charles your king?
Yeah.
So what do you? Yeah. Thank you so much, mate. Yeah, for a play to you. That's all. That's perfect. Yeah, thank you, mate. And yeah.
Whether he's the right one, he is my monarch. Like,
So fair enough. So what do you think about him bringing another religion into Windsor Castle to celebrate Ramadan or Eid?
nah, I don't really agree with it. Like, I mean, if he's like trying to, you know, do a wee show and stuff, like, fair dues, like, but
But do you not think at this stage of the game, at this part of history, at this time right now, when we're dealing with so many children being abused by grooming grounds, coming from mostly predominantly Pakistani men, like Muslims, you know, there's no two ways. That's fact. That's not misinformation. It's not far right or racist.
Yeah.
At this time and moment, was it a good idea?
no,
Why do you think he done it?
I don't know. I don't know why. Like, especially you know, with the climate, I think, you know, people are just going to see it in a treacherous way.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. You know, I look at everything logical. I'm not into like conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
I look at the facts, and then I put the facts into my wee brain, my overthinker brain, and I come out with theories. You know what I mean? And you know,
around London, take a walk around Birmingham, you know, Leicester, like, you know, you take a walk around them places, like, and white people are getting abused, old people. Do you know what I mean? They can't walk down the street and go and do their shopping anymore without being abused.
so have you come down here to speak to me to warn us?
No, not really. I just
But it sounds like it. You're saying things to us that a lot of people listening to this net right now in Northern Ireland won't understand. You know, a lot of people are still not awake, unawake like us, right?
definitely not a weight, like, you know, it is nuts.
So should we open our borders like England?
No, definitely not, like.
So you have came to warn us.
Well, sort of.
Yeah, thank you,
I
mate.
haven't come all the way, like it.
No, I know that. No, I know that. But I've got to understand why we're talking about stuff that's going on in England, and we're sitting here. You see the culture we have. You see our children. You see how free people are. You see that, you know, we don't like. We still leave our doors open in some areas. You know what I mean? We still have really tight communities, and we still have our local kids living in our areas, but it's not like that everywhere.
No,
you know,
it's
there's
not like-
some of our local kids can't get houses in their local areas next to their mums, their dads, their aunties and uncles.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Not
And
anymore,
and whenever they can't get in them houses, then it seems to be somebody else is getting in them houses.
Yeah, totally are, like.
Is that what happened in England?
Yeah, totally.
Do you know Tommy Robinson?
I don't know Tommy Robinson personally.
So when did it start? When did you think it started? Like in England?
It's been start.
Remember, nobody knows who you are. You're not on camera, and nobody knows your name. Okay?
Well, I reckon it was started like years ago with Tony Blair. He's the one who like started really kicking it off. And that's why the people wanted to vote out of Brexit, Brexit and stuff, because they didn't want to, be, abiding by their laws, by the, the European Union trying to push all these people on us. And you know, I've recently got ill and stuff, and I couldn't even get a doctor for 5 years.
Yeah, well, listen, we've got a big problem with hospitals, right? We've got ambulance lining up outside hospitals. Nobody seems to pay any attention. I have family members, like what I call family members, really close people who are trusted in my life. People that I'm just going to say it, loyalists that have been here a long time, been here a long time. They've got the badge, they wear the pips, you know what I mean? And they're landing in ambulances for 8 hours outside. Okay, there's a triage system, but there's a line of ambulances. When you've been here for how long?
38 years.
Have you seen anything like this before?
Nah, nothing like it in my life. Not even over in England.
yeah. I think it's changing. Obviously you haven't been in England for a while.
Oh, I go backwards and forwards every now and again. But I try.
You used the NHS in England?
Nah, not in years. Not in years.
But you used the NHS here?
Yeah, I have. I've had it in the last 5 years. I have.
Out of 10, what would you give it?
I would give it 10.
Well done, mate. Thank you.
I would. I mean, the doctors and nurses they're on the ball. They're just brilliant. Loving people, and give them the respect that they're due.
Yep. We have got good doctors and nurses, but a lot of good nurses are leaving because of the pay, because they're getting better money in better countries
where they blame them because they're getting ripped off, aren't they?
But our government's solution to that, rather than pay them the money, our government's solution to that is to bring in cheaper labour, because that's what they say. They're bringing in doctors and nurses and engineers.
We don't want that, do we? We don't want cheaper labour. That's like getting a chip bricky to build you a war. You know what I mean? For a few quid, but it's not going to last, is it?
But the point I always keep making is we're taking the doctors and nurses and the engineers out of some of the poorest countries around the world. How bad do you think we're leaving them countries in? If we're taking our base?
Yeah, well, that's it. They're leaving their own countries in a bit of a shambles, aren't they?
So we're doing more damage to these countries than we are.
Totally.
And the simple solution was just to pay our doctors, nurses, and engineers, our cleaners, and our carers the right money that they deserve. In the first place.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you there.
Why is a bank robber coming to all these theories and nobody else is?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. It just seems pretty obvious to me.
So why do you think the politicians aren't listening to Freedom Dad right now?
No, I think they're just listening to the EU. I think they're being forced into doing these things. I don't think they're.
I'm just going to cut you off because I do not want to get you into any trouble. Well, listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
A bit, boys. All right. Yes, mate. Thank you.
So, guys, yes, that was somebody's come down to say hello. It just happened to be somebody from England, you know what I mean? And I don't know what to say. You've got a guy from Leicester. Guys, do your research. Have a holiday. Take a wee trip to Leicester. Take a wee trip to Rotherham, Rochdale, Luton. You know what I mean? Where Tommy Robinson comes from, where he was persecuted and silenced because he was trying to warn everybody in Great Britain what's happening and what's coming. And 15, 20 years later, we see what we see. We see the abuse of hundreds of thousands of children that Tommy Robinson did try to stop. Like I say, I'm just Freedom Dad. I'm not here for anybody but me and my daughter. But I will talk about people that I think need to be talked about. That's as far as I go. I don't mention Tommy Robinson's name to try and get credit or try and get likes or views or whatever else. I talk about Tommy Robinson's name because I believe the man should be knighted. He should be given the keys to London. 110%. You know what I mean? And one day a government will come into power and we'll do that. Reform. They're not the answer, but that's another video again. Are you counting the layers? Has anybody counted the layers? Oh, come on. We need.
We're all saying it's the same height. 180 foot. It's 380 foot.
No, that can't be right. That's definitely not right. No. We're not having that. You're not having that. You ready for another chat? Come on. Right. Yeah. Do that. Right. So the numbers, the figures, it's all you know what I mean. We're hearing so much. There's word come in that Craigie Hill is at what? What are they at? 290. But that's coming from the newspapers. You know what I mean? They said I was related to the Shangle Butchers. So we'll yeah, well, it's 290. 290. No, no chance. I'm not having that. You know what I mean? But yeah, they will be counted. Aye, because that's what the newsletter said. You know what I mean? That's misinformation. That's misinformation. They say freedom, Dad. You know what I mean? Again, the newsletter. The newsletter. Yeah. Is that our source? Is that our source? Is that what you're telling me? That's our source, the newsletter. Is that what? What? The BBC. Oh no. Yeah, the day we start taking news sources from the BBC and all that, man, you know what I mean? Jeez, oh. They're the ones that were telling us that Ukraine were winning the war. You know what I mean? The Russians were dragging tanks and all sorts back to Russia, and our media were telling us that Ukraine was winning the war. Yeah, cheers. Cheers, BBC.
They're all saying it's 180 pallets.
180, 180, 180.
180 foot, sorry.
180 foot. Come on. No, no way is it. No, I mean, so 200. We're looking at.
30 foot. Hang on, Pam.
Yeah, aye, that doesn't count. There's pallets. We're counting pallets tonight, guys. You know what I mean? You can't just stick stuff on top. You know what I mean? Sick. We'll be here all night sticking bigger stuff on top every. You know what I mean? $280. What is it? The same Creepy Hills at 280.
390.
Yeah.
Well, that's on the water.
So, well, come on, get a chat. Come on, get a chat. So, how's the guys doing?
We're not doing too bad at the minute. Well, at the minute we're sitting at 232.
232.
No.
So they're saying that Craigie Hills is at 299.
Yeah, well, so here. Well, as you can see in the background now, we're still going, so we're not the end's not in sight yet. So
Yeah, I'm just hoping people aren't getting confused with the height and, 190, 290. It sounds a bit thingy, you know what I mean? So we will have to start counting. Somebody's probably there half counting. I'm reckoning counting right now. What do you think?
yeah, well, I would say we'll take it to the end and see how we go here. We've still got plenty left on the field to go, so
Yeah, I think they've counted them as well.
oh well, we'll see.
But they don't know the diameter, you know what I mean?
Oh well.
So are you going to get finished tonight?
I would say we would get finished tonight. We'll get the rest of these pallets on, see how high we can get it, and
Right, okay.
see where we finish off in. So,
All right. So, but there might be more to come tomorrow.
oh well, there'll be more to come tomorrow. We'll have a few boys out in the field getting the finishing touches done and
Okay.
things like that there. So yeah,
All
I'd
right,
say.
man. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, no
Thank you so
problem at
much. Cheers, mate.
Yes.
Thanks. Good luck. Good luck. So yeah, again, I can't contain my excitement. To be honest with you, you know what I mean. It's really difficult, and just the bravery of these guys. You know what I mean, and the work that's put in. You got to admit it's amazing. There's no man in the world can't say that isn't amazing. You know what I mean. We still get the light.
Yep.
Will we get any lights on it tonight?
I would say so.
If it gets darker.
If it gets too dark, I would maybe get some more cars down or something.
Yeah. That would be good, man. That would be good.
Not too much longer anyway. It's probably a lot better.
Yeah. Well, I know that's what a view up there, guys. You know what I mean? I hope the guys up there watching. Well, I don't want them watching the live. Fuck's sake, man. That's the last thing I want them doing. Fucking watching fucking their phones. I hope you took their phones off them. Yeah.
I don't know if that's me or because they're busy.
No, we don't want them. I just let them get on with it. I think we don't want to distract them. At that height. Well, I'm going to have a wee break, guys, for 10, 15 minutes. And, Yeah, just I'm gonna like just watch what's going on. I hope you're enjoying it. How many people have we got?
417.
417. Thank you so much, guys. Right, guys, that's makes off, right? So that can pick up everything. So be careful what you're saying.
I don't know, like.
Same but different.
What's that?
Same but
I
different.
know. But sure, what's the matter with that? I'm not.
It was surprising, to be honest. It was very surprising how many scores there were down there. Like,
Yeah.
You're always going to get the odd.
I am 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On both sides, like, on
Ah,
both
yeah.
sides, you're always going to get the odd. But you don't know what happened there in Puppy.
Got away to back with tail.
Swear to God, boy. But it was an experience, like.
My Hispanic pals is roses there.
I think what was it he said?
I think was it?
I think he said 200.
Yes, that's exactly right. What's Barry Cleary? 290?
Well, that's what I just read there.
Huh?
It says that it was 290.
It's not good that been on that, like.
It says it's 180 foot. With 30 foot peak.
Ah, yeah.
You're saying it's 280
They're all
tall.
big, I see. Rules everywhere, they're all big. Never even have an old big, like.
It's good to see. It's good to see. You know what I mean? Everybody's starting to get back into it.
Ah, yeah.
You can get a spot like this in every town, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can get a spot like this in every town, why not? Like, I mean?
No. See, the guy, that was a good result over in the village today, didn't it? The players were. That was a fancy to see.
The area was going to
Kick off all the time, like.
that was
That does for sure. Look at it saying, well, we can see like even though.
well, from what I read, something on Facebook.
Ah, yeah.
And he was saying that about the people were coming out of the city, all the stuff off the bus. All the glasses stuff off for them.
Ah, it's not just that.
You know what I mean?
Good, and I like that, right?
And it was all covered anyway. It was all covered, yeah. The gravel or something. But it was just...
They're never going to take out there, like. Yeah, you'd have set Friday first, would you?
You're the guy you were
Ah, yeah. You'd have played.
I knew I was in the village.
Ah, yeah.
I knew people were
Yeah. Where are you now, down here? Up all night tonight, yeah? You have a dancing around that way, come on, Vicky.
What's that, man?
You have a dancing around that way, come on, Vicky.
Don't do. Expect it, you know what I
I
mean?
think the Stormers won them on out today, yeah? Not good enough for that.
That's what the performance
Get 'em
was
all
saying.
out.
One out,
It's
one
not
out.
good enough, mate.
Yeah,
Last day 14.
Roll-ups, that's all. There's no fair as well.
For everyone to send back from a thingy, they're bringing somebody in legally.
Yeah, of course. No, that's not good. No, that's
That's
not
good
good.
enough.
Yeah. It's not going to change anything, is it? Do you know what I mean? No.
Last week 14.
So just go back, leave yourself something.
Eh?
Have a like that.
I've got a light here. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the share. I will be coming on back in about 5 or 10 minutes. That looks all right, doesn't it? Because I was going to zoom. Is that zoomed in?
Aye.
That's-
and then I've been going up and down
Yeah, oh, brilliant, brilliant.
when the crane's going up.
Thanks for the love, guys. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the good comments as well. Guys are telling me off camera that you are getting sound as a pound, man. You know what I mean? So, happy days.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get that later off you, I think.
There's one here.
That's yours. You can pull that there. There's the crane there.
It's not too bad, right?
Down, and the button and fold it up. Back over here.
You get that car, we'll get the car lights on it. We'll get the cars on it. If it gets any darker.
No, I haven't even got 5 on it.
Yeah, fucking awful, mate.
No, what's the
What do you think? Enjoying yourself? You get the footage? You're just going to wait till tomorrow to get the footage and that?
First time here?
Yes, mate.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
First time in the North Down.
Getting the parade and all that.
I've not done any of the praise. No, I've seen them obviously on TV
You're
and
going to
that.
go and watch them and go here, yeah?
Oh, aye.
Yeah.
We're going to the North Down one. Dundonald.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's that.
We're here at the bonfire, so we're going to stick.
Freedom does taking these on a bit of a tour for the next few days, aren't they?
They're going to have the big one, the 5 one.
No, mate, no, because everybody covers that, you know what I mean? I'm going to get one that nobody else
That's
is
it,
covering.
yeah. I don't think I think that's the first ever been a parade in Tanzania.
Yeah, that's a lot of years. I think 60 or 70 years. Like, no, this is the first.
I hear really
Only
good.
been. Yeah. What's that? No, 5 hours. I'm lucky.
You're doing well, 5 hours.
You'll be holding a couple of there, there'll be a bottle of butter.
They seem getting a bit of me.
Right, but maybe have to get the battery pack in, eh? How long have we been on for?
It's near 80 minutes.
Where do you come from, Anthony?
Leicester. Yes, mate. Yeah.
Right, put the battery pack in now, while the microphone isn't in.
I don't really follow people.
The book for spoil.
No. Yes,
What's left I like?
Oh, it's horrible, man. It's fucking nasty with the gates and that. It's good, it's a dangerous at night. Sometimes I'll go out and do it at night, about half night. Just have a little walk around, see what it's like, and you get fucking people on corners and it's
OMD fucking Elon Musk fire pit for his rockets.
I'd probably say the last few years,
Some crackers.
yeah. I used to, do you know what, back in the day, mate, if I walk through 50, if I walk by 50 people, I'd no tennis.
Good atmosphere, everybody's laughing.
It's like, where does everyone go? Everyone sees
It's a good atmosphere after he's laughing.
Yeah, I'm happy. Happy as Larry. Some of these guys have been with me for a long time, and you know, it hasn't always been uphill. You know what I mean? And like he said, the best thing I ever done was come back home. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's trauma, PTSD, and all the rest of it. You know, losing people in life that mean the most to you. And you know, at the end of the day, there is hope. You know what I mean? You know, everybody is strong enough to deal with it. You just need the right people around you, and you know, you just got to believe in yourself. We have the power to get through anything in life, whether it's prison, whether it's solitary confinement, whether it's losing your mother, whether it's losing your wife or kids or whatever. You know what I mean? You have the power to do it. You know, you just have to have faith in yourself, guys. You know.
We're only here
you for? I'm here till...
I heard you sing. He feels a ball with the eye.
That's a deal, you know what I mean? That's a deal. Fuck's sake, I can sing. I know as many IRA songs as I do our songs, you know what I mean? Some of them are same tunes, different words. It's mental.
Yes, mate, yeah, I like to drink, mate, definitely, yeah, I've had a few today. Yes.
But we're in peace. Northern Ireland's in peace. Well, we are. Don't know about the other ones, man. They're like fucking, you know, Brits out, refugees in. You know, I don't know what to say about that. But us in our areas, we're in peace. You know what I mean? And we're trying to continue in peace. We don't need any more aggro. We've had enough aggro, you know, and we don't need any more. So that's all it's about, guys. You know what I mean? We just want to live in peace. We want to grow our Christianity again, get kids back into Sunday school and BB, get them off online and all that, you know, and take us, just get back to our roots, you know what I mean? Just like we're doing tonight here, like we do every night, every year, every 10th and 11th, we're here doing this.
Yeah. They got some lights on this, don't they?
Do really, mate, yes. Yeah.
Where's your phone? Oh, excuse me.
Somebody just went there getting dark.
Oh no. It's still, I can see light.
I'll be honest, it's getting late now, isn't it? Right, I got off. It's cool.
We're good to meet you.
You off? Yeah. Oh, mate, stay safe.
I'm in a minute.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting
Are you away?
you. I had no more.
You take it easy, mate.
Come back tomorrow.
No, I'm working tomorrow. All right, mate.
Morning.
Yes, mate.
Go to the tail top.
We'll see that stuff.
I'm going to rip house after these. I'm going to rip house. And then back in the market top. Yeah, give a good work. Thanks, mate.
All best, mate.
You're away before we get you turn your lights on.
That you were right, wasn't it? See if that van would just park.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do what we said last time. Yeah. That fun were there with the bonfire, weren't there? So we was the van down there. We just fucking banged the lights on for a bit.
Right, guys, we're going to try and get some lights on this.
Hey, hijack. Water. Allegedly.
Somebody just pulled up there, held the turn around.
We need them on the curb. You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah, it is.
Them on the curb.
It is lighting it up. Like,
Is it?
see if it would turn on a wee bit more.
Yeah, that's perfect. Anybody want to come and put some lights on this for us, guys? If you are watching, you're local. You want to bring your car around and just point it at this bad boy. Do these boys a justice. Let's not have them working in the dark. Okay, come on, guys. Do your bit. There's loads of people here. I'm not turning it round, but yeah, there's loads of people here all watching.
Could use candles, FD.
Aye. Old paraffin back in the old days.
I'm not took one at night time to be fair yet. Daytime, so I can say it's still.
I'm going to see who this is.
He's got to ask you to put lights on there, isn't he?
Was it?
Son, yeah, video.
No, it's just a wee one I seen my mum.
Oh, yeah.
See if you can sort some strobe lights.
One on TikTok.
Yeah, the big ignite.
But I'm keeping my fresh wine from the door.
Yeah.
Oh, that a green font. Oh, right, okay, yeah. It is.
All right, we need lights. Yeah, we're live on YouTube now. Yeah, we're live on YouTube. Are you? Oh, brilliant. Will you get the lights? Can you get the lights on it? Take it.
You better go that way.
Good, eh? Good.
We meet again. We meet
Good,
again.
eh? That's how I say. Is it here at the biggest bonfire in Northern Ireland?
Forgot your name? Chris.
Yes.
Chris and Joe.
Yeah.
Speaking well.
Right.
Good man, good to see you, Stevie. Thanks for coming down, mate. Thank you so much. We need lights.
Sure brought a couple of fucking big hunting lights for fuck's sake.
I know. Fucking, I'm trying to get a hold of you know who for them.
He'll have some.
Yeah, it's not too bad at the minute, like.
Yeah.
I don't think that's as big as Craigie Hill.
What?
It's not.
Aye, Craig Hill. What's Craig Hill at?
290.
Listen,
290.
listen, I'm telling you now, that's not as big as Craigie Hill.
That's not finished.
It's not as big as Craigie Hill.
It's not finished.
Listen,
So it goes by pallets, does it not?
yeah.
It goes by pallets, right? So.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Craigie Hill's got that big stupid fucking thing on the top. Big fucking,
No, that doesn't
is
count.
it 30
That
foot?
doesn't count.
I would have put it at about 20, like, oh, so there you go, 30 foot. But I honestly, I would say Craigie Hill's bigger than that.
That doesn't count.
But here, listen, I'll confirm it tomorrow. So I'll go down and check it.
230.
I'll go down and check it tomorrow, but I believe it's bigger than that.
They know what,
Or well, we'll
they
go
know-
down tonight.
They know what number they're aiming for, like. They know what number they're aiming for.
Listen, I don't, just looking at it.
Right, but they've got because they've got that pyramid thing on top of it.
No,
that- the
no,
ceiling.
no, I know that, brother. Listen, I'm just talking on eyes. I think Craigie Hill's bigger than that. But Manny's that sitting at 265. Well, that's what you said, 265.
Must be freezing up there.
Oh, you better believe that.
Although
They'll be
this
fucking
was
pumped
at
up.
230. See, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was 230 at 7. You know what I mean? So they're going up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're up to 2 over 10 there. So they're up to 240.
Are them kids?
Craigie Hill are 250.
Have they got that? Are they strapped in? Aye.
Oh, aye, they're all
Harnesses?
aye. Oh, aye.
just trying to see the straps and then just want to see
Yeah,
what
yeah. My cousin as well was going to go in a couple of
still wouldn't like to.
No, I wouldn't. No, absolutely not.
No, but everybody's cool. Even if you've got the rule off, one light that's setting off the top of yours, so one head set of headlights right on it, and then you get all thing.
You park there.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, parking at the hill here with the headlights on. Catch a lot of it, to be fair.
German.
He's determined, and they bless him. Yes.
Oh, he's dedicated, isn't he? Like,
Yeah.
he is. A good hunting light would be fucking all you need. Just sit here with a big fucking high-powered light on it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Good lamping light.
That's it. Yeah.
I've got fucking one in the house, like, but fucking if you'd have said, I'd have brought it up.
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Pardon me.
So I was just out there and told me to zoom out, so
What's that?
I was told to zoom out, so I zoomed
Yeah.
out.
Give them a good view of the whole thing. Give them a good view. Let them see the whole thing.
First time too?
No, I've been.
Oh, you've been? So you're dedicated to
That's
it?
down obviously was 19 years.
Oh, fuck it. You haven't been to
Is it getting later?
You've seen it there. New time.
Yeah.
New glasses.
Is it getting later, yeah?
Now I will.
But don't get me wrong, it's not very cool. I use those
I think we're just going on a bit of a tour, but we'll be kind of located here anyway. Yeah. I think so.
Them lights, are they even making a difference?
Stevie, show them how to do it.
You seen it's like coming into the grass there, like?
Because we just need to move down on the grass a wee touch. No, they're disturbing, are they? They're not doing it, are they?
No, they'll knock it down now. They'll knock it back up.
What?
Knock it back up.
No, they don't need to go right down. They just put their nose in on the grass.
Yeah, just
Every time the lights will fucking hit the ground.
No, will they? Yeah.
Soon they're lighting up buildings, they have to have the lights get up a way.
Why, they're sitting in an angle?
Know what I mean? Aye.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? They haven't shooting up that way. There's some down that way, it's hitting the ground.
Right, we need lights, guys. Anybody got lights? You got a spot boy lit up.
high-powered lamping lights.
Lamping lights,
Any
all right,
lamping lights?
lamping
Anybody's
lights.
got lamping lights? That would work.
There's gotta be a few boys around the Bangor area that goes lamping. Be Gareth. That called Daddy had put a couple of people out.
Oh, no. I'm going to go for this.
Yeah, I'll put it down now.
I'm going, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, let's make some real money.
Yeah. You're always filming everyone else. I'm gonna film you now, pal. Not allowed to film. I was on a high for 2 weeks.
They're all slavering about this now, like the video, now they're the video. See last night that bonfire in the village. See if somebody would have went live, it would have been the safer of that.
Yeah.
It ends up, they're allowed to keep it. They're allowed to keep the bonfire. Past the day, they're allowed to keep it.
Right, okay.
Except last night, on a spectrum of everybody's sitting on the book. Hey, we're all sitting in the house and we're all here. As soon as we see one, we'll all load up and we'll walk.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Part of life.
Yes,
You can't leave a house without being on one. You can't walk up
that's
your
right.
street, you're on 7 or 8 different doorbell cameras.
Yeah.
Say, come on, fuck that.
Yeah, you know, you're right, absolutely. Yeah.
We're playing up a bonfire last night.
No, it was enough for you.
I was watching you.
No, definitely not. Not for fucking just to put a pellet there.
No,
Definitely the peelers are chasing me, or is a fucking wad of money up there?
Yeah.
I'm not getting up for somebody lost 50p.
I didn't come earlier because I got a video of me going up on that pallet, bringing the fucking pallets up to him.
Yeah.
If they weren't under pressure, nearly done there, you'd have got a fucking good picture of us up with a fucking poster. Smoke Alex on? The ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, that would be a banging idea, because if you all had them, they're covering each other, and they every time they move their head, do you know what I mean? If you're under your own light, you're under someone else's. Yeah.
Is it just me or is it leaning to the left?
That's
Leaning
right.
to the right.
That's super good.
Right, we did say that earlier, to be fair. As we
Leaning to
walked
the right?
up. Yeah.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. You can really get that good
Yeah,
picture
yeah,
of standing
that's
over here, leaning Tower of Pisa. How long to get me in here? Used to standing kids.
Yeah.
Stop, don't go home.
Yeah.
So we were standing at the bonfire last night and the man tried to do that, remember? And he goes over and his mate says, "In case of phone," he says, "You stand like this." And he's doing like this. And the boy went over and he went, "No." Like this. So he stood right like this here. Your man took the picture of him and he walked back and he showed him. How the fuck did you do that? What the fuck?
Yeah, then he's walking about.
He was showing all his mates, look at that. And I was like, what the fuck, mate? This mate only took a fucking dead here. How the fuck did you do that?
Oh, brilliant. Feel better now, Mark. You ain't been toilet.
And what is, here, what is Barnes doing? Is it being confirmed?
Yeah, I think
What?
so.
I know it's done, but what is it? 250.
Sorry, sir. Alright, so there's a can't really do something like that anymore.
Here, this help.
Over there, well.
The fork counts.
I need lights on this farm.
That song when it put all your lights
Just
in
shut
the
this
air.
one off. What's up? What's up with the knife? Right, we're zoomed out, are we not? We can't zoom out anymore. Can you see the lights? That's the light. Oh yeah.
That's it.
Right. Okay. I'm just trying to get the guys at the top. Do you want to bring your? Do you want to bring your lights? Come on.
Still trying to get lights.
Go go and bend the street lights up.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, bend them over this way.
What?
Can't really, really now, to be fair. No.
Biggie, how long they make?
I know, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right. The engine on and on. You know, it's electric.
Is that food?
Okay. Right, well, if they don't, when you come down, fucking show them that's gone.
Food, yeah.
Right, okay. Right, okay. Right, it's gone. All right, right, bye-bye. I'm just going to go back on, right?
Somebody
It
come
zoomed out as far as it can go. Yeah, he wants to go back a bit. So the red lights is the Manitou, thank you. Digger came to mind, JCB. You know, so the Manitou, that's the red lights. That's the bottom of the bonfire, right? So, you know, that's the top of the bonfire. So you're getting the bottom of the bonfire and the top of the bonfire. We're trying to get you the guys at the top because that's what's all happening. It's all happening at the top. And that's why we zoomed in to the top. You know, so let us know. Do you want to zoom it into the top? See the guys? We will get lights. We will get lights. You know what I mean? I'm going to put the mic in, guys, and you know, get a wee chatties.
You know, don't get me wrong. See by them is reaching what they're reaching with that Manitou.
Not here. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what numbers there is. You know what I mean? All I'm going to say is, Craigie Hill, be very, very worried. You know, see, it's like an optical illusion. A lot of guys come down and go, Kilcooley Bonfire, Craigie Hills is the biggest. It's an optical illusion, guys. You know, Craigie Hill's sitting on a flat bit of ground. This is a dip, right? Not only is this a dip, but it's also in a dip, okay? I'm being serious. So it's like an optical illusion. You don't really get the feel of how big it is. You know what I mean? The only way we know how big it is by how many pallets is on this bad boy. And that's how we decide who has the biggest bonfire in Northern Ireland. And I know you are all watching. You know, he's got it last year, remember? What's up?
I'm saying that when we see the top of your head.
Right.
You were all on camera.
So that's strange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They all saying it. So are we zoomed in or what? No, we're not zoomed in. So guys, can you see the top of the bonfire? Can you see the lights at the bottom of the bonfire? Give some feedback, guys. We good? Has somebody got the live on the phone? Well, you got an eye. So, guys, I don't know what's going on. It's saying you only see on top of my head. How's that? How's that? It's not about me. It's not about me tonight, guys. It's about this bad boy, right? Please believe me. You just need to hear me. You see me enough. You know, I don't know how many videos I've done. We're in the 300, I think. So I think you've seen me enough. Right. Yeah, it's 16 in, isn't it? Right, so we're gonna have to come off that. We'll come off it and go back on it. Okay, we're gonna come off this, guys. Sorry. Yeah. We're gonna come straight back again.